into it.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to What Girl and
our mother-in-law.
Happy fucking Thursday.
Woo!
Friday's so close.
Weekend's coming.
Welcome back, everybody. How are we doing? Geraldine?
You know, we're okay.
We're hanging on in there.
Whatever. I just finished telling you, Alyssa, I sneezed yesterday, and I definitely took a couple of steps back.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at day 3 again, recovery-wise. Like, I have, like, T-Rex arms again, cried, brushing my teeth over a sneeze.
Hopefully it doesn't last long. Hopefully it was just like a quick strain.
I regret my back.
Oh,
like,
no.
It was, like, so silly, but I did. I sneezed, and I don't think... I don't even know if that's it. Maybe it's not even it. Like, maybe just scar tissue. I don't know how quickly scar tissue starts forming, but...
Maybe it's like, you know, extra forming today and you're healing extra, right, so you're hurting extra.
Exactly. Maybe that's it.
What a glass half full way to look at it.
Yeah, I'm doing really well. That's why.
Yeah, so maybe you're like extra healing. Maybe that and the sneeze. Maybe it was a little bit of both.
Yeah. But it's good, you know, and whatever.
The surgery's done. That's what matters.
I'm on the road, and I'm excited about it. Yeah. It sucks because I was finally getting away from my little T-Rex hands. All
right, happy fucking Thursday, everybody. Before we hop into it, I did want to remind you guys that if you're interested in our description of every single episode, you can go right in there. And if you want to, you can pay $2.99 a month, $3 a month, and you'll get our episodes early. You get Mondays on Sundays, Thursdays on Wednesdays, and help support our podcast. Okay, so a few things that I wanted to talk about last time that we forgot. Or you said you didn't know if I wanted to talk about it. So I'm getting Kybella, you guys.
I know at the end of the episode, I'm like, well, you didn't mention this. Did you want to? I didn't know if you wanted to keep it off. And she's like, no, honestly, I just forgot.
Yeah.
But I was so excited for her. That was one of the other things that I was very excited for her.
Yeah, I guess that was part of my high, too.
Yeah.
See? You know, I listened to a podcast, Gals on the Go, Brooke Mitchell and Danielle Corlin, and they do, like, their highlight and low light of the week. Isn't that kind of cool? I don't want to take their idea completely, but maybe something of the sorts. Maybe we just do a highlight so we don't have to be sad. But, like, finding that one joy. Like, I feel like we talk about that all the time, like, romanticizing your life and finding, like, the little things fun. Right. So even if, like, every episode we start it with, like, what's a highlight you want to talk about? I mean, we always talk about random shit, but if we, like, specifically thought, maybe. Just throwing that idea out there. Anyways, I'm going to try Kybella, which is an injection. I don't know if they do it anywhere else. I think it's just an under-the-chin injection. It kind of, like, dissolves that, the fat, and it's, like, permanent. But, you swell. So I'm a little nervous for how I'm going to look, but I'm going on September 1st, and, like, I was going to push it, but, like, they say you can swell up to 4 weeks, which is, like, kind of rare. And I think that if I ice it, take care of it, like, I won't swell that much. And so, like, if I wait, like, I'm never going to have 4 solid weeks where I don't need to look good. So it's, like, I'm just going to try it and, like, hope for the best. And, like, a lot of people go down within, like, the first, like, few days. So I have nothing those first few days of September. So at least, like, I'm clear there. It's
I
not
got
like
plenty of ice packs for you too, boo.
Perfect.
They're the nice gel ones. I got it. Got you.
I bet I could get, like, a chin one that straps on.
Oh, you know what? Like, so silly. Because I have, like, an eye mask one.
Yeah.
So you can reverse.
I have those
here
too.
And, like, strap on your head. Like, wear it that way instead of
smart.
this way.
Yeah. Or I'll probably just lay down with my ice pack. I have, like, one of the rectangle plastic ones. Those are, like, fucking freezing ice cold. So, yeah.
Ooh, Alyssa.
I don't know. I tried to go for the cool sculpting. I wasn't eligible. And immediately she had just done somebody in the room that had the same amount as me under my chin. And she was like, oh, yeah, I just did somebody like this. She's like, we're going to put it here and here. And she was, like, so confident on it. So I'm like, all right, hopefully it'll work. So that's crossed. Fun. If you guys have any experience, let me know. Actually, I don't want to know your bad experience because then I'll just get scared. Some people, if they don't get injected right, they end up with a crooked smile for, like, 2 weeks or something. But okay, I trust my injectionist.
That's, like, worst case.
It'll be a funny story. Yeah, it'll be like, remember when I was like this?
Gotta make sure you take a lot of pictures.
I know.
So you have it as the memories. Remember when I was like this? Look.
Yeah. I know. I want to document my process, but I also am just not comfortable going on camera like looking like shit.
Okay.
So I'm like, maybe I'll throw on a little mascara and then I can like vlog it.
Well, what you could do is do it and then meld it all together at the end. Because I think when you see the end results, you'll be like, wow, let me show my journey.
Right.
Instead of being uncomfortable with maybe if you get a lot of swelling, you might be like, oh, I'm uncomfortable right now. But you know what I'm saying?
But at least document it, and then if I decide to post it, then I can post it. And if I don't, at least I have it.
Like a montage where it's like
day
1 or day 2 or
and
day
like
5.
Put all the pictures together.
I think it would be good.
No, I definitely want to document it. I just don't know if I'm going to share it publicly.
I think once you see the end result, and it's funny because everybody has insecurities about something. So when you talk about that, I don't see it. I mean, when you point it out, and if you do like a potato head, I could see it, but it's so little. But you've said this before, like you watch yourself all day on camera, editing and everything else. So if it's a little insecurity that you can have help with, and then feel much more confident, then hell, why not?
Yeah, and it's like. Listen, obviously I don't need it. Like, I could go without it and, like, live my life. But why not? Why not? Yeah, literally. Exactly. Just, like, fucking why not? It's a permanent thing. Like, let me try it out. Yeah. I like trying shit like this, too. Yeah. Like, little, like, different types of procedures and stuff. So, I'm like, yeah, like, why not fucking
exactly.
try? Yeah. And in content. Because she lets me film everything.
That's awesome.
Yeah. And, so I'm not nervous about her, like, hitting a nerve or anything. And, like you said, if she does boo-hoo, I have a crooked smile for a little bit. Like, who cares? Yeah. It's not a big deal.
But you have a relationship with her, and she did your,
she did my Botox in my jaw. Yeah.
She knows.
She's a...
trained
they call her a, expert injectionist or something like that. She's literally only there 2 days a week, and that's all she does is injection. So it's like when somebody does that, it's like your surgeon. Like when somebody does it so fucking much, it's like the back of their hand.
Yeah, they could do it with their eyes closed.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like I'm excited her. For you. Thanks, me too. I really am. I love change and like I don't know, like getting my hair changed or shit like that. So it's like I don't know, it's fun for me, especially that I'm on camera all the time. So I'm like, why not? Yeah. I was paying Benji and I just have cat hair all over me and in my mouth.
It's like,
yum.
Cat hair.
So yeah, maybe I could just take pictures like from my nose down too, even if I don't want to like, or I'll take a picture of my whole face and like if I don't like the way I look, I can just crop it because really it's only jawline. So I don't mind. You just have to make
sure you position your head in the same
exact way, right? I know. I bet you there's an app that you could, like, put down the opacity of one of the pictures. Put down the opacity and then, like, line yourself up, probably.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like, yeah.
Maybe. Maybe there's an app like that.
If not, maybe we should make it become bajillionaires.
I'm in. Okay. So that's that.
I don't even want to be a millionaire. I want to be a bajillionaire.
So that's that. Also I wanted to tell you guys a story about when I went to PetSmart. I haven't gotten approval for the vlog yet, so I don't know if they're gonna let me put it in, but this is the podcast, so I'm allowed to talk about it. And it has literally nothing to do with the store itself at all. So it's like I love PetSmart. This has nothing to do with them. It was just a funny story. So we're in PetSmart filming for my brand deal, and we're in the back by like the cat adoption area, and all of a sudden Zane was like, look, and then I already told you this story. Oh, I thought you were like getting excited, like what are you about to say?
Because it's a funny story.
It's funny. I'm like, what has been happening to me this last few weeks? I don't fucking know. I swear I have periods of my life where it's just like so chill and boring, and then all of a sudden it's like I'm like, whoa. Like that's how my life feels. Roller coaster. So we look over and it's a Bernese Mountain Dog, which is it's our dream dog. It's more Zane's dream dog. I like golden doodles, and then we were like, oh, how about a Bern doodle? And then he was like, no, I want a full Bernese Mountain Dog. And I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's big and fluffy. It's cute. I don't care. Anyways, so I'm like, oh my God, we love your dog. And he goes, he loves you too. This older man with his dog. And I'm like, oh my God, like this is our dream dog. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and you're my dream girl. And I go, better be careful, my boyfriend's right here. he's like, oh, that's fine. That's okay. Like that, like saying like, that's okay. And Zane, like, I guess he tried to make light of the situation. He's like, we could maybe trade, maybe. And he like throws the leash
over to Zane.
like rushing to like give him the leash. It was very funny. And then like as we were leaving the store, he was pulling out and he was like, bye guys. And he was like in his car, like waving to us. Anyways, we sat there though. I didn't put this in the vlog, but I don't even know if any of it's gonna go in the vlog. But we sat there for a while. We found out his whole damn life story. He was telling us the other dog he has and Pennsylvania and this, and we put the dog and then this and that and this. And it was just really funny. But if I wasn't with Zane, I definitely would have been a little creeped out because if he would start to try and hit on me, I would have been like, okay, like, no, thank you. But I don't know. I guess funny. Older men, like, they don't realize.
He just fucking threw the leash at Zane.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, here you go. Let's go right now. No backseats.
I am glad that Zane made light of the situation because that is like a kind of inappropriate thing to say. Like, and you're my dream girl.
Yeah.
It's like, ew, you old man, please don't say that to me. But once we made it a joke, it was fine. But if I was with myself, I would have felt uncomfortable. So that's my story about PetSmart. And then also, this weekend. Oh, God, I feel like I just told this whole damn story. I'm so sick of hearing myself talk.
No, talk it away. People love hearing you.
I'll make a long story short. So if you guys remember, I told you guys I was going to see Paulie D. And so I got in my car and I drove to New Jersey to my friend's house. I stopped in Staten Island first, picked up my friend, drove to New Jersey. We left my car at my friend's house and then we Ubered to the venue. It was on the Jersey Shore. It's called Headliner. And so we get there. The event starts at 8 o'clock. And so my one friend wanted to get there really early, so she went. And by the time we got to the venue and got inside, it was about maybe 8:15. So we go to the bar outside. It was an outside part of the venue and an inside part of the venue. So we go to the bar, we grab a drink, and we go to find our other friend. And it was kind of crowded already at like 8:15, 8:30-ish, but it was nothing crazy. Like you could walk around, and we got like towards our friend, and we had like space to like move our shoulders a little bit. Like we were like, all right, we got our spot. Like this is nice, this is comfortable, right? And so 9 o'clock rolls around, and we're like, all right, like what time do you think he's gonna come on? Like maybe 9:30. 10 o'clock rolls around. All right, like when's he coming on? So we get word from like the crowd standing around us that he ain't coming on until 11. And me and my friend looked at each other. We're like, oh fuck, oh no.
It's like past my bedtime.
Yeah. And then 10:30 rolls around, and we're like, guys, we might as well fucking like stay it out. Like we've been standing here for so long. At least like let's just listen to one song that he plays, you know, and then we can leave. Like, you know, at least make it worth it. And then 11 runs around and he's still not on. And then 11:15 runs around and he's still not on. And we looked at each other, and by this point, it was so fucking packed. It was like sardines in this club. And I maybe I have a little bit of claustrophobia, but also I feel like everybody does, because who wants to be fucking up against people getting pushed around? Like, this is just not a comfortable thing to be doing. So we were just getting pushed and pushed. Like, some girls were like really not okay. Like, I think one girl was like on like bad drugs. She was just like literally just like leaning her body, just trying to like push through everybody. And like my friend was like, what are you doing? And she just like had blank eyes, like not even responding. It was so like scary. So sad. And then like I'm short, so I can't see what's going on. The people next to us are pushing this way. I think they were making a circle because people were fighting. Like I was just like, oh my fucking God, like I ain't getting accidentally punched in the face. And like my friend Fran was like, I ain't getting a second nose job. She's like, let's get the fuck out of here. So I'm like, let's just go to the back of the venue. At least we'll hear his music. Like we can see him, we'll still be able to see him from the back, because we were like maybe like 3-4 rows by the front of the stage. Also the bass. The sound system was not good. Zane would have been very disappointed. They just like pumped up the fucking bass, and like so much so to the point where like I could not even tell what song was playing until people in the crowd like started singing, and I was like, oh, I can kind of make it out now. Right. And so that was just like giving me a headache, and like we couldn't get to the bar because it was in the venue, and it was so packed that if you tried to walk back, like you couldn't get online for the bar. It was all meshing together, like the crowd and the bar. So.
Sounds horrible.
I mean, we did have fun for like the first like 2 hours. We're like, woo, okay. We got our drinks. And then I was just like, oh gosh. If you guys are interested in starting your own podcast, if you didn't know, we host it through an app called Anchor, and it makes it so freaking easy. So let me explain for a second. It's completely free. A lot of websites make you pay monthly. This one is free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer, so it's super simple. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and so many more. So you can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything that you need to make it in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. So we start to slowly make our way back. Mind you, it's me, my friend, and her friend from college, and we're all like the same height, tiny. Like we're just like, we can't see anything. So we're just like blindly like, let's head that way and just try to get the fuck out. And so it's so loud in there. We're trying to move back, not towards the stage. We're trying to move back. And people were getting so mad at us as if we were... Mind you, the bar was meshing, so I think people thought we were trying to get in front of them at the bar, too. And so people were just getting mad at us, and it's so loud that we're trying to scream at people and tell them that, no, I'm trying to leave. I literally was telling people, I'm like, I just want to go to bed. Like, I'm just trying to leave. But you can't hear anything, so we're like, we just want to leave. And they're like, get the fuck. Like, people were just, like, ridiculous. Also, everybody's drinking. It's loud. It's hot. It's crowded. So everybody's just pissed. Drunk. Whatever. Finally, I'm just like, you guys, we just have to push. Like, Fran was in front of me. I'm like, you just have to push. Like, just fucking close your eyes and go. Like, whatever. Everybody's doing it. We got to get out. Like, as long as we get out. And I was starting to get, like, anxious because, like, everybody's up a fucking against you. You're moving like this between people, like, swaying. Oh, my God. I was stressed. Finally, we, like, make it out. And it was, like, the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, we made it out of the crowd, and we're like, whoa. Like, literally like that.
Take
like,
a deep breath, yeah.
Oh, my God.
We survived that one. It's like a newborn coming out of the uterus, out of the vagina. You're like, oh, I'm free.
Literally. I'm like, fuck. Thank God we got out. And a few of the people we were with were still in there. And, like, the service was bad. And I kid you not, you could not even lift your arm to get your phone up to your fucking ear. Like,
because that's how
it was sardine, yeah. Wow. And so, finally, like, everybody came out that we were with, and that was at like maybe 11:15. We got out there. I finally got to pee. It felt so nice. And he did not go on until 12:10 midnight. Like, I was like, thank God I was not going to stand there for another whole hour getting pushed around, possibly punched in the face, yelling at people. You can't hear anything. I was like, no fucking thank you. So one of the girls we were with stayed and saw him for a little bit, so I got a video of him, but it really would have been fun to see him. I'm sure he would have played, like, the Jersey Shore theme song, and, like, that was just all of our childhood. Like, we all watched the show, and so it just would have been cool to see him, but it just wasn't worth it. Like, Marina's mom picked us up. We went and got Wawa sandwiches. I was thriving. I went to bed. I didn't have the spins. I didn't throw up. Like, I drank... just blueberry vodka and seltzer. Like, I didn't drink, like, anything, like, super sugary or heavy. So it was, like, light on my stomach. And, like, seltzer is supposed to, like, help your stomach, too, right? Right. So, if anything, like, I felt like I was having a good drink. Right. Like, something clean and simple. But by the time we got in Marina's mom's car, it was just like I had a headache from the base. I was hungry. I hadn't eaten in so long. I had the vodka seltzers, but I didn't drink water, like, because I couldn't get to the bar. So, and it was like hot, so I was just like feeling crappy.
You're like, enough is enough.
Oh my God! And once we got to her kitchen table eating that Wawa sandwich, oh my God, top tier like moments in life.
It opens up.
The gates
She's
opened
like, yeah,
up.
Thank you.
Oh my
like,
God!
Oh, the angels
so
were singing.
Nice. Yeah. So it was a fun time. Made for fun memories. I do wish I would have seen him at least for a little bit. It kind of sucks too because I think it was like a last minute add on. He ended up doing a show the next day, but like during the day outside. So like people like wore their bathing suits and there was more space outside and it just looked like so much nicer than like a dark like small crowded nightclub. Like I would have rather be like during the day outside, you know, like enjoying it. So that's fine though. Like I said, it made for good memories. We can always go back again. Like it's Pauly D. He's gonna go back in New Jersey, you know. So yeah, I don't know why he came on so late. I think they waited for the crowd to get really crowded. Like I think they were like, he has to pack it out and like make it really hype. Also, he was in Vegas the night before because he's a residency there. So maybe he like literally was just late. I don't know.
Wow.
Because like I don't know why they scheduled Vegas and then New Jersey all the way across the next day. Like that's odd. But yeah, and then the next day I slept at Marina's. We had a nice day. We went to it was called Meemaw's, And it was so delicious. They had like so many types of French toast and like chorizo egg scrambles on sourdough with like potatoes and just like food that was like right up my alley. And it was like really good. They made everything fresh. And then we went and sat by her pool, and it was just a nice day. And then I drove home. And that was it. So it was a nice weekend. It was like stressful in that moment. Like I was like, oh my God, I'm not getting out of this crowd. Fuck. But at the end of the day, like it was fun, made good memories, and like whatever. The ticket was only like fucking $30, $25.
Yeah. When we went to Izu, I remember being down in the crowd and like you were saying, where you just get swayed.
Yes, like your body was just moving.
At one point, I just felt like, and same thing, I was trying to get out of, like I was up close and I was trying to get out of, I lost Ever.
Yeah.
So I was by myself in this crowd. And I promise you, I think at one point my feet were actually off the floor. Like I was just getting carried with the momentum, and it was such a overwhelmingly, and this was like years ago, but that was so like, I'm paying money to be here.
Yeah, no, literally.
Let me go back up to that T-Mobile stand when we were on that T-Mobile stand. Let me go back over there because, I was like, I want to be in the crowd. I want to.
It's not like,
yeah,
no.
Oof.
You have to be like very, very drunk and just like not give a fuck.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it was fun, had a blast, but like when you were saying that, it was like PTSD almost.
Yes, like your body was just moving.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not even walking. I don't even think my feet are touching the ground, but yet I'm moving forward. I'm trying to go backwards and I'm moving forward.
Yeah. And like, I just didn't get it. Like, if it were me and like somebody was trying to move back away from the stage, I would let them go. I'd be like, go ahead, boo.
Yeah.
Like, and people in the crowd were nice. Like not everybody was being nasty. Like, there were people that were like would accidentally hit into and be like, I'm so sorry. And it's like, okay, girl, it's okay. Like, whatever. But yeah, that's why people pay for tables. Like, I would pay good money to not be in that crowd and enjoy the show. You know what I mean? Like, but they didn't have it there. They only had tables outside. But like inside, it was just all standing. But that's why people like pay extra to like have a nice spot, because it makes the experience just like so much more worth it. Yeah. So I totally would have if it was an option for sure. Because
that's. I mean, I'm. Sorry that you didn't get to see
the best
it,
of
but I'm
it.
glad that you had a good time.
Made the best. Nice. You know me. It's like whatever happens, happens. Whatever's meant to be will be. Like, maybe if I would have stayed, I would have gotten into a fucking fight. And your girl can't fight. Never been in a physical fight, and I don't want to. So.
And your girlfriend sent you a video, so you actually did see him.
Yeah, I saw him
through a video. But you know, and close your eyes, imagine yourself there, and you're good.
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, too. Like even if he did like play the Jersey theme song and stuff, I wouldn't even be able to turn to my friend and be like, "Oh shit!" Like I would have been like this, like just like can't move. So it's like we wouldn't even be able to like really, really enjoy it. But yeah, thank God we were all on the same page. Like everybody came out and we were all like, thank God you feel the same. Oh God, that was terrible. My friend Fran was like, am I lame? I'm like, no, that was awful. She's like, am I getting old?
It is. It's different, right? You're getting older, you're like, shit.
Yeah.
Like, but and the fact that you guys grew up on him, it would have been nice to actually see him, like you said. But
I know, even when I was telling Zane, he's like, honestly, you probably didn't miss much. Like, he probably isn't like that crazy of a DJ. I'm like, it's not really about like what music he would have played. It's more of just like to see him. I'm like, that was like all of our childhood. He's like, oh, that makes sense. It's like you all watched the show. Like, it was more to like see him in person. I guess.
Like, damn, that was such a big part of my life.
It was.
You know, my teenage years were all about the Jersey Shore. So
Snooki
like,
and JWoww and Paulie D. I literally had guinea pigs named Paulie and Vinny, which were two people from the show.
God, that's fucking hysterical.
Yeah. And like, I loved that show. Like, that was my shit. I had a guinea pig named after you, and I didn't even see you.
I think you should like hit him up. Be like, yo,
look at my guinea pig. This was Paulie.
Paulie D, yo.
Paulie and Vinny.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Is this for the podcast?
Is it?
I don't know. We're talking about fall.
Sorry, guys. Get excited.
That's the beautiful thing about having all 4 seasons here is like once you get sick of it. I mean, the winter does last a little too long at the end, but like once you get sick of it, then you're on to the next.
Yeah.
It's kind of nice.
That's what's good, yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it is what's good. But I do wish that winter was just a tad shorter.
This too shall pass, right?
Exactly.
You get to that point and it's like, fuck. And it's like, oh, wait. Right. Now it's nice
Fall's
again.
coming. Yeah. Fall's coming. Yeah.
All right. So
Anywho's.
Emails?
Oh my God, I'm getting my SoulCycle bike tomorrow.
That's so exciting.
I know. I mean, I want to say, like, hopefully it goes through, but, like, I would think it is now because I'm getting it delivered, but I'm doing a brand deal with them, and I'm just so fucking excited. I love cycling. You guys know I love cycling. And I was just thinking about it because we were talking like winter. I'm like, oh, if I don't have to get up and go to the gym when it's like nasty out. Hallelujah. I bet Zane will use it too. I don't know where the fuck I'm gonna put it. Where do you think I should put
I
it?
don't know. How big is it? Is it like?
It's pretty big. But I'm thinking I don't think it can go on carpet.
Really?
Yeah, I think because it has like a mat under it, and I think it has to be like stable. I don't know. I was thinking maybe the bedroom, like move my mirror in
That's
that
right,
corner.
because you took the carpet out.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Wow.
But like working out of my bedroom, is that weird? Or the mudroom. Could be an option. It's just kind of like random. Like at least in the bedroom, it could be like tucked in a corner.
Yeah.
Right.
The bedroom would probably be better.
Right.
Because depending on how big it is, I mean, it's just going to be like a huge obstacle in there.
And then the mudroom, I like to take like outfit pictures and stuff, and like
moving it out of the way to take a picture.
Yeah, I would have to sit somewhere where it's not visible. There's just like not room in there. And I hate like, you don't want to be in like a cluttered space. Like you want it to be like tucked away, you know, not just like sitting in the middle. Like we have to walk around it every time we want to put our shoes on or something. Okay, so
it's a good
bedroom.
problem to have when you know, like,
yeah.
It's like, hello, fucking
what?
like worrying about where you're gonna put this thing.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
I'm saying,
yeah.
It's a good problem to have.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting this fucking soul
cycle.
I mean, that's amazing.
I mean, I already got like the accessories for it. They were already sent, so that's why I'm like, I think it's finalized. I don't want to jinx it, but like, well, by the time this goes up, it'll already be past Tuesday, so then I'm not jinxing it.
No,
you know what I mean? Like I'm not putting it out there yet. Right. But yeah, I got like the mat, and I think they're giving me like shoes, socks, and like it comes with like these cute like little like 1 pound weights. Like when you're cycling, they have you like do like little weights.
Oh,
and there's like little spot on the bike for them. Have you ever seen a Soul Cycle bike?
No.
Oh,
I mean,
this is not sponsored.
In the city, like passing the little sections of it, but I've never been up and close to it.
Oh, the ones at home, they have, it's like a big like TV screen on it. And you pay monthly, and you can do like certain classes. They have live classes, they have pre-recorded classes. Yeah.
Shit.
So it's like a big screen on the bike in front of you. I'm so fucking excited because I love cycling, but no offense to my gym, but like I go on like their crappy little cycling bikes. So this is gonna be like bougie bitch. Like it's probably gonna feel so nice to like cycle on it.
Wow.
I'm excited.
Oh my God. I'm excited for you.
Oh, thank you. I feel like I've worked with really cool brands this year. Like I'm like, damn. Like PetSmart?
Arizona?
Well, Arizona wasn't a sponsorship. I was just like kind of like collabing with them. They didn't like pay me to do anything. CVS.
I mean, that's
Soul Cycle.
I mean, who the hell are you, Alyssa?
Oh my God, guys. Who am I? No, I literally still feel like I have nobody. So don't worry. They're like, don't blow your head up. I'm like, don't worry, I won't. I still think I'm trash. No. I'm just kidding. Okay, anyways, let's give you guys advice.
From us trashy people.
Right. Wait, I didn't call you trash. I'm trash.
No, but I'm trash. I know I am.
We can be trash together.
Listen, I told something new. Oh, the suitcase. You know, she borrowed Zane's suitcase, but the handles broke, right? So I'm like,
oh yeah, Amani got lucky with mine. He got my good one.
Poor Leah. But I told Leah, I said, listen, first of all, you're short enough where it's kind of like you could just grab it and pull. You don't really need the extension thing.
I know, that one's
annoying.
annoying.
Don't worry. I'm like, I can get like a piece of material, like wrap it around it, and you could pull it.
Oh, that's cute.
So she's like, Mom, that's like ghetto. And I'm like, Aaliyah, we're like ghetto. Like, what do you mean?
That's what we do. Who cares?
We're not bougie ass people.
No.
It worked. It worked great.
It did? Oh,
it worked great.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I just wrapped, it was like, yeah, it actually had like a little clip, so we wrapped around a couple of times, so she could just grab that and pull it with her.
That is really smart.
Yeah.
Zane, he just suffers and holds it down there.
Well,
he's taller and longer arms.
But we'll leave that on there. This way he could just unwrap it maybe once, and that'll be perfect for him too.
Wow.
Although
he needs to just buy a new damn suitcase.
I'm like, we are ghetto, Leah. And then something else happened. And I'm like, but we're ghetto. It's okay. I'm very proud of it.
No shame in my game.
None whatsoever.
Nah.
I like my head wrapped suitcase carry handle thing. It's not a head wrap, but whatever it is.
Yeah, Zane's been saying
perfect.
he needs new. I need a new suitcase too. My tan and like brown looking one. Mm-hmm. The zipper is like iffy on it, and it's so fucking small. And like if I'm paying for a bag, I'm paying for a bag. So I might as well get one that's bigger. Like Zane's is bigger, so if I'm going without him, I use his big one. But, like, if we were going somewhere together, then, like, can't.
Gotcha.
I do like my carry-on, though. That one's nice. Okay, anyways.
Okay.
If you want to send us an email like we're about to read, that's agahmilpodcast@gmail.com. Send it over. And if you're confused on how to do that, or you're like, how the fuck do I spell that? You can also go to our Instagram, @agahmil, and hit the email button. And it does it for you. It won't write your email for you, but it'll open it for you. And then you can write your email and then send it.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sick of hearing myself. Please.
Okay, 5-year breakup advice. Hi, girls. I'm going through a rough time right now, and I would love any advice you all have for me. My boyfriend of 5 years and I have decided to separate. It started as a mutual, easy breakup until I learned he is going to be staying in a state 15 hours away from where I am moving back to. Long story short, we moved to Arizona together and decided months ago we were going to go back where we were. In between all of that, we decided the relationship wasn't working anymore, and he was going to go get his own place back where we were, and I was going to have my best friend move into his apartment we originally got together. That wasn't until Friday. He told me that he wants to stay in Arizona because he likes it here and never really lived on his own, and he wants to experience this. I've been coping better during this, knowing he would be close so we could still be friends. This man has been my best friend for 5 years and has been with me during a lot of hard times. Now I'm breaking down knowing that he will be 18 hours away from me. I've never gone through a breakup before. He was my first love, and I'm trying to keep myself together. Do you all have any advice for someone being alone and living on their own? I'm moving in 1 week. Yes, he told me this soon. He is still being a great friend and helping me get back, which is I'm grateful for, but I'm so scared to have to say goodbye. Thank you all. Just say goodbye.
I think you have to say goodbye. I think you're trying to hold on to comfort with him. You're obviously breaking up for a reason. In my opinion, I guess in very rare cases it can work. I don't think that being friends with your ex can really work in the long run. Mm-hmm. I think you're just holding on to feelings and it can just become unhealthy for you.
Yeah. And being far away from where you were and thinking you were going to have him there, like I understand, like it was a comfort for you, but there's other people. You
can't find comfort in him anymore.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think you just have to accept it and,
yeah.
You know.
Like you should be excited to move away if you're breaking up, you know. I don't know, maybe it could work for you staying friends, but at the end of the day, what's happening is happening. You can't change it, so make the best of it. Like, that's all you can do. Like, all right, I'm living on my own. Let me, meet new people, create new hobbies, and, like, start building my life by myself. Mm-hmm. And, like, just fucking go for it.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, I give you props because I don't want to live on my own.
But living on your own is going to allow you personal growth, and that's what, especially after a 5-year relationship, I think that's what you're going to need. You're going to need time to find who you are again, because you tend to lose yourself in a relationship. I don't mean this in a bad way, but you become part of, like, you kind of joined at the hip with your partner. So 5 years later and you guys aren't going to be together, you need to find your ground again. So I think being alone and being away from him might be much more beneficial in the long run.
Mm-hmm. You need to find yourself, who you are without him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You'll have fun with it. Like, think about it as like, oh, I don't have to live on my own. Like, I get to live on my own. You know, like, oh, how cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to because I wouldn't be able to leave because I would be scared of getting kidnapped and I'd be scared of everybody. And I would only leave during the daytime. And I'd be like, what is that noise? Like, are they watching the door? She said she's in an apartment building, right?
I don't know. Did I read that?
I don't know, actually. Either way, living on your own is a scary thing, but you sound like a strong, independent woman, and I think you'll be totally fine. Like, have fun with it. Like, meet new people. Like, start your new life. You're somewhere new, get on Bumble. Go on Bumble to meet new people. Go on Bumble. They have Bumble BFF. I made friends on Bumble BFF, and, like, just start meeting new people, and you'll slowly build your life for yourself. Wow. Mic drop. Advice. My best friend broke my heart. Hi, my favorite girls. Oh, thank you. I've written in a few times before and gotten some amazing advice from you too, so I thought that I would shoot my shot again. I was writing in to get an outside opinion on a situation that happened recently. I've had the same best friend for the last 11 years of my life. And honestly, I have never had a bond like ours with anybody else. She recently told me that she started talking again with a past friend of hers that treated her like absolute shit, stole from her, talked behind her back, slept with her boyfriend, and many more. Wow. That girl also hurt a lot of people in my life. She was also messaging my ex when I was with him, saying that she misses him, etc. Obviously, I always said that I would never want her in my life, not saying that she was a bad person because everybody goes through some shit and can act up, but I wanted nothing to do with her ever. So when my best friend told me that she started talking and hanging out with her again, I told her my feelings towards the situation, that I was hurt and disappointed, but I would still be there for her no matter what. She wasn't really happy to hear that, telling me that I wasn't right to feel that way and that I had no real reason to not like this girl because she had done nothing to me directly. I hate when people say that. The thing is, we are in a friend group of 7 girls, so when this girl is there with them, I am not invited. My best friend has since then been on a trip with her, spent her birthday with this girl and the other girls, and a lot more things. I am 22 and I don't have a lot of friends because I don't like the drama, so I never thought a friendship would break my heart again just like it did in high school. I thought I was going to have her for the rest of my life. I live in a small town, so if I end this friendship, I would still have to see her a lot because everywhere you go, you always see the same people and it would simply break my heart. I'm having a really hard time because I'm the type of person to think a lot about someone before letting them into my life, and when I do, I give them my full trust and love. I feel like I've failed. I've been completely replaced, and I'm going to have to start making friends again, which is so scary to think about. Love you so much. If you took the time to read this, your advice means the world to me. Okay, love you. Bye.
Love you.
Friends are hard in your 20s.
Yes. Well, she said they've been friends for 11 years, but she's only 22.
But as you get older and you hit your 20s, everything changes.
Everything changes.
Yeah.
And the fact that she's now friends with a past friend who cheated, lied, stole, did all these horrible things to her, if she's choosing to forgive and move past, maybe this other girl has changed and moved on, then that's her prerogative. I understand how you feel like now you're left out of that friend group and that's kind of shitty and stuff like that. She used to, when she said like she didn't do anything to you directly, hitting up your boyfriend that she misses him when he was your boyfriend, that's direct. That's direct.
And
that's like
even if she didn't do something completely directly to you, and you see her character through other actions from other people, that's still a reason to not want somebody in your life.
That's exactly my next thought. My next thought was, and she is your best friend for 11 years. You watched her be lied to, stolen, cheated on, all this shit. You're watching her who did this to her, so it did affect you.
It hurts you.
Yeah.
Because you love your friend.
Right. But I don't know. I mean, this is really hard because, like I said, if your friend is willing to forgive her and move past, I don't think that it's necessarily that you have to forgive her and move past.
No.
But this is a point where it's going to be like the road splits. There's a fork in the road. And either you are going to have to forgive and move past, or you're going to have to go down the different road.
Yeah.
I
hate when people say that. I think it's because I've had it said to me. And so maybe it's like triggers me. But like they didn't do anything directly to you. And it's like, just because.
Directly or indirectly?
They did. Anyway, that's besides the point. Even if they did not, me seeing them hurt people I love, like in this situation, they are hurting your best friend that you love.
That's so directly.
Hit.
Yes, affects you.
Like, just because, like, I'm seeing their character through other people. And it's like, yeah, sure, they didn't, like, tell me I suck, but also, like, they suck for doing what they did to other people. So that's not a person I want in my life. So, like, I just think that's not an excuse of, like, they didn't do anything to you.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't want to get close because I don't want them to do what they did to somebody else to me. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't like that.
I think if you'd explain that to her, like when her response was like, oh, she didn't do anything to you directly, just saying like what Alyssa just said. Like, yes, she did, because she hurt you and I love you and we're best friends. And
right.
Watching what she did to you. Like,
yeah.
Do you not remember all that pain? Because a lot of times people are like, oh, out of sight, out of mind. They forget the bad in a relationship.
Yeah.
It's like when a boyfriend and a girlfriend break up, right? They cry because it's like, oh, I'm going to miss this, this, and this. And it's like, yeah, but what about the bad that he did that caused you guys to break up? So it's the same thing.
Totally.
She might be missing some of the good things that she did have with that one girl, but is she remembering all the bad that girl did to her, you know? So I would have a conversation and just say, you're wrong. I was directly affected, and this is how, blah, blah, blah. And I don't know. If she's not willing to budge and just kind of leave you out of shit, then you deserve better anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
I honestly, I think that there's a balance to it in a sense of, like, not liking somebody because of what they did to somebody else. Like, if somebody said, oh, yeah, I don't like this person, but I know nothing about them, I'm not going to take their judgment. I'm going to give that person a chance. You know what I mean? But if, like, I'm close with somebody like Zane or a best friend of mine gets hurt by somebody and I watch that happen, I don't like you now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you're being disrespectful. But, like, if somebody's like, oh, yeah, I don't really like her, just, like, for no fucking reason, like, I'm not going to take your judgment. Like, I'm going to get to know the person. So, like, I think there's a balance in, like, every situation is different. But I definitely think there's a balance of, like, I don't like to judge people off of other people's judgment. Like, I want to give them a chance. Unless I really love the person and that person fucked them over and was really disrespectful, then you fucked up. Yeah, I don't like you. So I think there can definitely be a balance there. And I hope that made sense. I feel like that was messy.
And also, I mean, if she can separate it, there's no reason why you can't be friends with her and she could be friends with her. Just, you could be different. In other words, let her go with the friend group and over there like that, but you and her can still be best friends as long as it's kept separate. Like,
I think the only thing for me would be, like, I would feel like my friend of 11 years should have a better judge of character. And, like, why are you friends with somebody that talks shit on you and is so disrespectful to you? Like, you know what I mean? Like, then I feel like she just doesn't have, like, a good judge of character.
I wonder how many years passed. Like,
I know.
Like, how many years ago? Because if she's had time to, if this was something that happened, you know, when they were 13, 14,
That's true.
15.
That's very true.
It's like, you know, well, they grew, they matured, they forgave. You
Everybody
know, if
did
it's
dumb
something
shit.
that just happened a year ago and it's like, then she's an ass.
That's
she's
very
allowing it back into her life, you know?
That's very
so I
true.
think that makes a big difference, too.
So maybe an update.
Because we love updates.
Have we gotten some? Ooh, spicy. Oh, look. Another one. The next one. Outgrowing friendships.
Title for today.
Wow. Oh.
Outgrowing friendships. Hi, ladies. I've been a fan for a little over a year. I was introduced to Alyssa's channel by my friend G, and I was just hooked by your personality.
Oh, thank you. That's so cute. People's friends are like, you should. Sorry. People are like, look, friend, I listen to this podcast and you should too. And then they like it.
Love it. When I discovered your podcast, there was no turning back. Jerry, you're beautiful inside and out. You're so kind-hearted and receptive to people. I relate to you so much. And Alyssa, you were my lifeline in the beginning of the pandemic. Oh. I wanted to say thank you both for taking this pandemic seriously. Not many people do, especially social media figures. I work as a contact tracer in the state of New York, and I've seen the best and the worst in the pandemic has brought. The pandemic introduced me to you both, and I am so grateful. Aww. Well, thank you, Corona. See, there was some good out of the Corona.
Thank you, Miss Rona.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for your work that you did.
I hate you, Miss Rona, but thanks, I guess.
Okay. So now for some context. I'm currently 23, and I've been a part of a friend group for the last 5 years. Back in high school, I was someone who didn't really have friends. I was a smart kid, used to do homework and to cheat off. And
smart kid that people used for homework.
Yeah. I was a smart kid that people used for homework and to cheat off of during exams without my consent.
Screw that.
It's like, I was not part of it. I condone it. I guess I was too weird and socially awkward, anxious, that people didn't really vibe with me. The day before I graduated high school, my peers and I had to go back to our school to pick up our diplomas. It was called senior breakfast because the school would also give out some stale bagels.
No, not the stale bagels.
Anyway, I ended up bumping into a classmate this morning. It was G. G told me that she had this group of friends were taking a suggestion that I had made a couple of weeks ago in our French class to have a group breakfast at our local IHOP instead of eating the school bagels. G, then and there, decided to invite me along to her group outing. At the time, I thought, why the hell not? I'll probably never see these people again. The breakfast was one of my favorite outings I've had in a long time with everyone. We ended up hanging out every single week that summer, and I've made friends for the first time. However, things changed, and gradually our group shrank. G is the queen bee of our group. She decides when we hang out, who is coming, where we're going, and what we're going to do. For the most part, no one minds, as we are all a bit indecisive and passive. But it started to bother me that we never really got to do the things I want, and I began to realize we never had much in common besides our high school.
Wait, I'm just realizing. Isn't she listening then? If she introduced her to this podcast?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, we're staying anonymous, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, there's a lot of names with a G out there. Okay, so
in this exact situation.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, I didn't tell the story about Wawa. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Squirrel. Don't laugh too hard. Don't hurt your back.
Okay, so 2 years ago, everyone in our group started dating around the same time. I met the most amazing guy. He is my comfort and has helped me gain confidence in every way possible, and I support him in every way I can. We are a great team, and he is my best friend. But with every positive I've gained with my relationship, it was every negative G gotten hers. She's been on and off in an abusive relationship. It's toxic, so it gets very core and poor. Oh, sorry. Okay. It's very toxic to its very core, and poor G doesn't seem like she can let it go. She's also very toxic in that relationship. Myself and one other friend are G's only form of emotional support, but it has become utterly exhausting for me, especially since I'm an introvert and G is an extrovert, and she needs attention at all times. All G wants to do is vent and do a girls' night out all the time. I don't get to express my own feelings. I don't get to do what I want, and I don't want to drink and go to a bar, especially when my boyfriend is allowed, quote unquote, allowed to join. I understand having a girls' night out every once in a while is nice, but it takes too much of a toll on me. For a while, I just sucked it up because I thought G needs the support. But the longer the relationship continues, the more I realize it isn't worth it to me. When I look back, the only reason I am so fond of our early memories together was because I got to do things I always wanted to. It didn't matter the group I was in, but just the fact that I got to do the things we did. I started distancing myself from the group. I muted the chat and started to make excuses when G reaches out to me. It isn't like G is a bad person. She can be very sweet, but the truth is she doesn't know who I am, and she doesn't care enough to know everything about me. She'll check in every now and then, but the conversation will always go back to her and her problems. In the 5 years I've known her, she knows maybe 10 things about me. She isn't someone I look for in a friend. I seek a deeper connection with people. It also doesn't help that I'm an introvert. I'd rather stay in than go out. I need my space, and I don't need to hang out with people in person that often. G is an extrovert and needs to be with someone every single day, all day long. In the end, I've realized we have nothing in common, and I want to respectfully end things, but I don't know how to go about it and what to say. Thank you in advance for even reading my email. Lots of love.
Anonymous.
Okay, well.
Okay, so basically she knows she needs to end it because that's obvious. Like, this is just not the good friend for you. She's not technically a bad person, but it's just not the friendship for you. You're opposites at this point.
Different vibes, yeah.
That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing at all.
And there's nothing wrong with you being open and honest. There's nothing wrong with you saying, hey, I just want to be open and honest with you. I don't want to be like fake or two-faced and like lead you on. I just don't think that this friendship is working for me, but I wish you all the best.
Yeah.
And you can't,
Like,
you have to like, yeah, what?
No, like I'm saying, like, yeah, that's exactly it. You need to be able to express yourself truthfully.
Yeah.
And not sort of beat around the bush. Because
I think it's better.
Yeah, because you are, in essence, then leading her on. And just being honest, I mean, just rip the Band-Aid.
Rip off that Band-Aid.
Rip the Band-Aid.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think it's better to just say exactly how you feel. Otherwise, like, I wouldn't be able to handle her, like, randomly texting and, like, trying to make conversation. You just really don't want to. And then every time you have to find, like, an excuse or a way to, like, not have the conversation.
And it's going to bring up that feeling every single time she sends you a message.
Exactly.
So if you're like, listen, it was fun. I have great memories from you from way back when, but
I wish you all the best.
That's it.
And that's all that you can do.
Rip that Band-Aid.
Yeah, and that's fine. And
I'm sorry.
Emotions are not your responsibility.
Yes.
You guys want to listen to this TikTok?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Here we go.
5 things that I'm working on since acknowledging that I am a severe people pleaser. 1. Other people's emotions are not my responsibility. 2. I'm allowed to change my mind. 3. It's okay to say I don't have the space for this right now. 4. Taking care of me is the best thing that I can do for others. 5. I can show others how to help themselves, but I cannot be their savior. I have yet to master them, but I'm learning. 5 things that I'm...
Okay, just the first 4, you could
They
just...
were all great.
Just a sentence in itself. That's what you should tell her. Like, I'm not responsible for your emotions. Like, you know, like, it's okay. Like, I need to take care of me, you know? And it's so important. And I think being always overly concerned or worried about, like, hurting somebody's feelings or something like that, it's so not healthy for you, you know?
Yeah.
You know? So...
Yeah, you have to be a little selfish and put yourself first.
Yeah, because
I like the one that's too is like, I'm allowed to change my mind.
Mm-hmm. Like, we were friends and now we're not.
That's okay. That's normal.
We're growing too. From high school to 23, that's a big growth. You're nowhere. Like, every day, Alyssa and I always say, every day you're different from where you were yesterday, right?
100%.
So it's like from 18 to 23, that's a big growth, you know? And like you said, you know, it didn't matter what friend group you were in. Like, you're realizing it now. Like, it didn't matter what friend group you were in. You just have the memories of what you did, you know? So whether it was with G or P or F, it didn't matter. You got to experience those things. So to have a lingering relationship, that's just, it's a fallacy. Like, just let it go. Rip it off. Be honest. Take care of you first, boo.
100%. Aw, I wish you the best.
We do.
Okay, you guys. So to end this podcast, I'm gonna read a random email. So if you don't care about my digestive tract issues, then you could go ahead and listen to the next episode. But if you have troubles going to the bathroom, we've got some advice from somebody. So if you're leaving, okay, love you, bye. Okay. Unsolicited advice for Alyssa's poop health.
Okay.
Because I had mentioned on a recent podcast that I started taking fiber gummies because I often have trouble using the bathroom.
Okay, here we go.
And it's so funny how some people have the opposite problem. Like, you must feel like nice all the time. Like, you don't feel like full and bloated. Anyways, okay. Hi, listen, Jerry. I just listened to the episode where Liz talked about not having the most satisfying poops. I just wanted to share my advice as I'm a health psychologist and it may be beneficial. First and foremost, most people don't realize that our stomachs are directly under our breasts and that the bloat that is experienced in the lowered abdomen is pretty much a backup of waste that isn't being let out. So when people mentioned a food baby after eating, it is technically a poop baby that isn't being allowed out due to food choices. Something that would be...
Alyssa always calls it her food baby, and now all I'm going to ever think about is
a
it's a poop baby.
Except I can't poop, so if I could, I would get rid of her. There's no way that I eat and then it digests that quickly and turns into poop and I'm bloated. I mean, I'll listen to the health psychologist, but like, you think I
Well, it's
eat and then
just
get bloated?
compacted. You know what I mean? Like, now that stuff is sitting onto that stuff. And
I mean,
pushing
yeah,
it
eventually
out.
I'm gonna poop it out, but like right now it's food because I just ate.
God.
Whatever you want to call it. I'll still call it my food baby. It sounds nicer. Something that would be more beneficial than fiber pills are probiotics. They have them in vitamins or drinks, but that will make everything super regular and satisfying. You may also try to get a brand deal with Care of. I actually have worked with Care of because their probiotics are top notch because of the research they perform to ensure the benefits pull through. Care of is a great company. Lastly, an overload of starchy carbs contributes to this. It is recommended that people, especially women, only eat starchy carbs for one meal a day because they are very hard to digest, resulting in backed up waste. Hopefully this was helpful, not necessary to read on the podcast, but I'm sure it may be helpful to others.
Okay, well. We
Starchy
read it.
carbs are like potatoes. Mm-hmm. I don't know about that. No, I'm just kidding.
It's like, I can't give up my potatoes.
I definitely don't eat potatoes every day, though.
Yeah.
So, like, I only eat them once in a while. What else is a starchy carb?
Rice, pasta,
Come on.
all the good stuff.
All the goods. I honestly don't eat pasta, rice, or potatoes on a daily basis. So, like, that definitely is not part of my issue. But, yeah, maybe I'll try the probiotics. Honestly, the fiber gummies are
Care of,
working.
huh?
Yeah, Care of is cool.
Because I want to go on probiotics myself.
Yeah.
So I'll look up.
I've
thank you.
shown you them. They come in the little daily pouches and they have cute little sayings on them. Remember I worked with them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But just to do a probiotic for them. That would be...
Yeah. I don't know if they only do the daily ones or if they sell like bottles. I'm not sure.
Like if I could just get a bottle of just
Of their
probiotics.
probiotics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for the input. I appreciate it because now I'm definitely going to look into there because I've been looking at, and I was watching like YouTube videos of like
You have
wanna
the same
make sure it
problem as
has
me.
like this, yeah, and you want to make sure it has like this many strands of probiotics, and I felt like everyone, you know. It just started getting confusing. The more I looked into it, the more confusing it got. And you want to make sure it has live this, and you want to make sure it has this and that. And I was like, holy shit,
oh
completely
my God.
overwhelmed. But if this is somebody who's in it, knows.
A health psychologist.
Yeah, you know,
is,
so it's
trying
like,
to-
hey, then maybe I'll just try theirs and see how I feel.
Yeah.
It's so good for the gut.
I know. Yeah, honestly, my fiber gummies have been working pretty well.
She's just shitting all the time now, guys.
Not all the time,
She's
but
not full of shit anymore, this girl.
at least I definitely have a much more significant of an easier time
See, that's amazing.
going. It's still not fully there, so maybe probiotics is for me, but I'll definitely try them out once I'm done with my fiber bottle because I don't want to be taking both, and I don't want to be always on the toilet.
All right, well, thank you.
thank
I'm
you
definitely
so
going to look
much.
up that. Right.
Yes.
Do it.
Jerry has problems pooping too. It's not only me.
I'm gonna write it. Mine's medicine related though, because I never ever had a problem.
Oh yeah.
But
Maybe it's my birth control.
did you ever
that
have a
anything
problem,
to do
or
with
have
it?
you always had a problem?
I
Wait, did I
feel
say
like I've always had like a
Issues?
hard time going. Yeah. This is so fucking TMI. If you guys wanted that
Oh my
visual
God.
on your Thursday,
I'm so
here
sorry,
you go.
you guys. Fucking nasty.
Everybody poops. You know, there's the kids book. Everybody poops, and it's like caterpillars poop, elephants poop. Have you seen it?
No.
What? It's to make kids feel comfortable and they can poop. It's called Everybody Poops.
Okay. I'll make sure to buy it for my first grandchild.
Yes, please do. Everyone poops. Oh, there's a lot of books.
It's like a whole damn fucking series. It's not just one.
Are they making a movie? It's like penguins poop. People poop. Anyways, all right, this is fucking irrelevant. All right, thank you guys so much for listening. Happy friendships and happy poops, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Good friendships, good poops.
Good friendships, good poops. Oh my God, what a great title. People will be like, what the fuck? Do you guys even read the titles or do you just like listen just because we uploaded? I'm curious.
Let us know.
Like for me, like my favorite podcasts, I really don't give a fuck what it's titled. I just listen.
But did you start listening because of a title that caught your eye, or
No, the podcast I listen to is because I watch them
know
on
those
YouTube.
people? Okay.
Yeah.
Let us know. Do you guys read the titles? Interesting.
That's kind of a lie. Sometimes I do. but I read it, but like I'm gonna listen anyway. You know what I mean?
Does it sometimes entice you a little more? Like, oh, I can't wait to listen to this one?
Yeah. Sometimes it entices me a little less if it's a topic that I'm not very interested in. Like, for example, like, I don't know.
Alyssa's poops.
Like
I'm not
something
listening-
I don't relate to, like dating or college. Like things that I don't relate to. But like I'll still listen because I just like to hear people's perspectives and like life chats.
And then we can give advice.
And then,
Since we have no personal experience of college.
yeah,
We can
exactly.
just listen to that, get advice. This way, if anybody writes in, we're like,
Perfect.
We're prepared.
I just did the road trip to Jersey, so I listened to lots of podcasts, and it's just nice to just hear somebody talking. Like I would get bored of music after like maybe 20 minutes, then I'd be like, I would like some more entertainment or like hear somebody speak. It would like it just entertains me more. So I just like have it just to have it on. Like it doesn't have to be something that I'm super interested in, but I do read it, and I'm like, I'm not gonna like care that much about this, but it is cool to hear other people's perspectives and like life stories, and also like. Whatever we title our podcast, we go on tangents about other things too.
Yeah, so it's not based on just that one thing.
Right. So I'm like, I'd like to listen to the podcast because if they talk about other topics, like I still want to hear what they're saying. I don't want to skip the whole episode
Right.
because a podcast title can only explain so much in a podcast because it's
Right.
so long and you talk about so many things.
Unless you had like it set up where you were strictly about
Exactly.
like, hello,
Which
good
is
morning.
rare.
Today we're talking about this.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Yeah.
No.
Which podcasts just don't do that. You
Yeah.
always get off on tangents, no matter who it is.
It's great, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, nobody asked for that.
We love you
Go
guys.
to our bio if you want to subscribe to our podcast and get our episodes early. Only $2.99 a month. You totally don't have to, but it helps support the podcast. If you want to send us an email, like redstayagmopodcast@gmail.com. That's AGAHMIL podcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram. We post cute little graphics and previews of the episodes. Go to our bio, hit the email button. You could send one right then and there. Okay. Okay, love you. Bye.